ready? What up? Let's get to it. So it's a big question, about Justin Jefferson, whether he will even want to remain a Viking, right? A lot of speculations about why isn't his contract done? Why hasn't it been done? Even going, to the off season, all the questions about why Jettas wasn't in OTAs, wasn't at minicamp. Even though Jettas makes it very evident he's not concerned about a contract. Oh yeah, he makes that very clear. Every time he's asked about it, what does he say? He's focused on bigger things. He's focused on playing football, right? Being the best player he can be. What are his main goals, right? That he's very specific about. Week in, week out, every season, every year. Since his rookie season, right? He wants to be the best, one of the best. He wants to be great, Hall of Famer. He wants to win Super Bowls, right? That's always his most important goal every season. Super Bowl, victories. Makes sense. He's been on winning teams. He played at the great University of LSU, won a national title. So he knows what it takes, right? He knows the energy, the type of teammates, coaches, establishment, etc., right? How the way a organization operates in order to be great. So you think Jettas doesn't see things clear? You think he doesn't have questions, maybe some concerns? It's not guaranteed, especially after this season, if things don't change, that he will even want to remain a Viking, baby. See, everybody thinks, oh, Jettas, he's going to be back. He'll be a Viking for life. Sure, that's what you want, especially as a Vikings fan, right? Especially how many great players left the building. Randy Moss, AP, you understand? Players that you would love to, see retire a Viking because of their ability, attitude, right? The will to win, especially Jettas. That's all he permeates, man. He wants to win. He wants to win no matter what. And unlike some other players that I've talked about in previous videos, he hasn't held out one time. He hasn't complained one time, baby, about his contract, about the deal not being done, etc., etc. And he's the best player on the squad. He could argue, he could hold out, and it would make sense. You would understand why a player of his caliber would hold out, right? Would pull a TJ Hawkinson, right? A D Hunt. Like, hey, I'm not happy. My deal's not done. I'm not playing. But not Jettas. He shows up at training camp. He plays hard, practices hard, stays out of trouble. A good guy on and off the field. At least that's what it seems like, right? Especially on the field, man. Can't take that away from him. He puts the work in. He grinds. Dedicated, man, to being great. What more can you ask for a player? Doesn't put the team in jeopardy, right? Doesn't really make bad decisions. It's always about the team. How can the team get better? How can the team win? Then you talk about his play on the field. Oh, man. The best receiver in NFL, and guess what? He's doing it again. He's putting up big numbers again. This is 4 years in a row, baby. This is no fluke. And he's putting these numbers up, not even being utilized correctly. Yeah, I said it. Now he's getting his looks. He's getting his touches, his opportunities. But at the end of the day, he should be getting more. Huh? He could easily have 200 plus a game this season alone. Huh? You look at Kevin O'Connell. You go to him, then he stops going to him. How can you ignore your best player? How can you go a whole quarter without giving Jettas the ball or giving him opportunities? That's on O'Connell. The offensive coordinators, they're trying to force feed players at certain times in the game for what? Now I understand you can't throw him the ball every time. At times, he will be used as a decoy. But at the end of the day, you should never go a whole quarter without giving that man the ball. That's a real problem. Oh yeah, that's a real problem. Period. So it's no guarantee, especially with the players on the roster, that Jettas will be in a building, that he will sign that long-term contract. Especially you talk about Super Bowl, his ultimate goal, what he wants to do, what he wants to accomplish in the NFL during his career. What maneuvers are the Vikings made, or what have they made? What moves have they made to reach a Super Bowl, baby? You talk about the O-line alone. Whatever quarterback you bring in after Kurt, you need protection. He needs time to throw the ball. Now, hopefully they, acquire or draft a quarterback who can scramble, maneuver in the pocket, buy himself some time. But at the end of the day, you need some form of protection in order for the quarterback to deliver the ball to J.J. Jettas, right? Yeah. For Jettas to continue to put up the big numbers. Period. Bottom line. You think Jettas don't know that? You think he doesn't understand that? Even looking at Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson knows, it's about time after this year, Kirk Cousins will be out the building. Right? Most likely. It's a very high chance this is the last season that Kirk plays as a Viking. Jettas knows that. He understands. Now the big question is, I'm sure he's asking it, his agent as well, what will they do? Who will they bring in a building? Who will be the next quarterback for this franchise throwing him the ball? All questions I'm sure he's asking, which he has every right to. Period, bottom line, man. Because when you have a guy who wants to win, man, he sees everything. He may even play dumb. You see, he didn't accept the first deal they tried to give him. He didn't just hop on the first deal. So it's something more. It's more than just about money than Jettas. It's about way more than just money, man. So the Vikings have a problem on their hands. The question is, how will they circumvent it? Real deal, you understand? Yeah, how will they circumvent the problem? Will they improve the roster? Kevin O'Connell, will he change his ways of play calling? How about not ignoring Jettas for a whole half or a whole quarter? How about continue to force feed him the ball, even in tight spots, tough situations? Now, Jettas has been dealing with this since his rookie season, under the Mike Zimmer era, Rick Spielman. He should have been a starter first game of his rookie season. But Mike Zimmer, that dumb mentality, he's a rookie, the vets, favoritism, some of the same things we're seeing now with this new regime. Unexpected, right? But yes, a lot of the same things, the favoritism, the being over loyal to players, right? Players at the number 2 spot should be a 3. Guys like KJ Osborne, they're trying to force feed him the ball when you got Jordan Addison, who is the clear 2. I'll get into that later, baby. But Justin Jefferson has been dealing with this his whole career with the Vikings. You don't think he's fed up? You don't think he's tired of the same old, same old? Now, when Kevin O'Connell came in, offensive coordinator, offensive minded, what has happened? So trust me, Jettas peeps everything. So the question is, what will the Vikings do? Excuse me. What will they do to keep him around and to keep him positive, upbeat, uplifted so that he wants to remain a Viking, remain on the squad. And at the end of the day, I know they talk about, oh, how much should they give him? Should they pay him? It's even people talking about trading him. Now let's think about what you could trade Jettis for. What would you get for him? Now, if a trade is a possibility, which I don't want to see happen, I think it's foolish. But let's just say the Vikings try and shop Jettis. What can you get? You better get 2 first rounds, a second round, and third. Then you better get another first round in 2025. So if you trade Jettis, oh man, you better accumulate a lot of draft capital, bottom line. Period. That's the only way they should even think about trading Jettis. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see it happen. Once in a generation player, right? Can he improve? Can he get better? Yes. Does he have things he can work on? Yes. Does he need to become more clutch, big plays, make them all the time? Yes. But at the end of the day, you can't just go to the draft and say, hey, it's another Justin Jefferson in there. It's guaranteed to find a receiver of his caliber. Kill that noise, baby. It doesn't happen that easy. If so, we would see Jettis all throughout the league, huh? He's a rarity, understand me? Very rare. And the Vikings made a good pick. Boom, bam, can't deny it. And really the only trade right now that would make sense, you would have to throw D-Hunt in there. Still elite, still playing at a high level. But like I said, if the Vikings could somehow get draft capital, get a first round, second round, then that trade would make sense. But Jettis, for what? Still in his prime? Hasn't even reached, his full potential yet? Putting up big numbers, man. Year in, year out. And he's at it again. At it again. 150 plus a game, right? Come on, bro. You would be foolish to trade Justin Jefferson. Instead of trade him, bring in the players, build a roster around him. That's what the great teams do. And it starts in the trenches, man. Period, bottom line. Trenches and your quarterback. So yes, man. After what I saw, after what I've been seeing this whole season, like I said in the live, it might be time for Jettis to get out. Run, baby. Do I want to see it happen? No. Do I want to see another Randy Moss situation? Hell to the no, man. I would love to see Jettis remain a Viking and retire a Viking, win a Super Bowl or 2 or 3 with the Vikings. But you ask yourself, what's best for Jettis? Right? What's best for him in his career? You got to question it, man. Especially the moves the Vikings have made thus far. Right? Are they even capable? Do they have the mental capacity to conduct the right moves, to bring the right players in, find that franchise quarterback? If it's not Jaron Hall, the verdict is still out on him. Can't forget that. So if Jettis was to say, hey, I want to leave, because they stopped contract negotiations, they're going to hold off on those until after the season, right? That's a sign right there. So if Jettis said, hey, man, I'm trying to get up out of here, pull the Stephon Diggs because he sees what's going on, what's happening and what's not going to happen. Now, I'm not saying you should go about it in that way, the way Diggs did it. But at the end of the day, we know why Diggs left. He saw it very clear what this team would be, period. And now he's with the Bills, competing for Super Bowls, playoff runs, year in, year out. So once again, if Jettis said, hey, man, I'm up out of here, you couldn't blame him. Just wish him the best, right? But we shall see. It's on the Vikings now. It's on Kwesi O'Connell, baby. How will they deal with it? Can they make it happen? That's my opinion on it, man. Let me know how you feel about it. Feedback is much appreciated. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on and rock and rolling. SKOL Vikes forever. Woo! Hey.